So Tim Ryan is going to be contesting for the Ohio Senate seat next year. And basically, this is going to be kind of difficult because Ohio, as we saw in the last presidential election, is a Republican state right now by a lot of votes. So this brings us to the question: will Tim Ryan have a decent chance at getting the Senate seat for the Democrats? I would think so because one, he has the support of his party, which is crucial. Two, he also is well known in Ohio, which having a figure is always important. And three, the labor unions of Ohio are have their full and support. They fully support Tim Ryan. So let's get on to the first point. The any political candidacy, it's important to have the full backing of your party when doing any political race. Cleveland, April. So basically, when you're running for presidency, or I guess Senate in this case, if you don't have the support of your party, then it's going to create mistrust in your candidacy. A good example of this is Trump in the 2020 election. He didn't have the full support of Republicans. While he may have had it for the voters, his party did not trust him as much. Because of that, it created a lot of mistrust in the swing voters on whether Trump is a good president or not. Because his own party was do we want to do this? So the fact that Tim Ryan has so many endorsements ranging from governors, unions, to Hillary Clinton is showing that the Democrats have full support in his candidacy. And this is important because it just makes it overall easier for voters to put their trust in him. And because of that, when voting day comes, he'll be getting much more votes just because many important figures in politics put their trust in him. Okay, so secondly, Ohio knows who Tim Ryan is pretty well. And this is WFMJ this month. So if your state doesn't really know you that well, they're less likely to listen to you. And so the fact that Tim Ryan has Ohio knows this Democratic figure really well compared with other people shows he'll have a much better chance contesting when it comes to voting day. And so why exactly is having a well-known status important? Well, if you're not too well known, like I said, people are less likely to listen to you and also less likely to vote to you randomly. Well, the first thing that comes before even what your visions are, you may have good visions, but people don't know you. If you're not able to spread who you are, that doesn't matter. No one's going to vote for you. So the fact that Tim Ryan is already a well-known figure will improve his results on voting day drastically. And also, this means that, again, it'll just be a smoother process for voters to, one, they'll know him, so they'll be more likely to listen to him. And if they're more likely to listen to him, they're also more likely to listen to what his visions, beliefs for Ohio are. Therefore, if they have more belief and they like what he's saying, they're going to end up voting for him. Okay. And lastly, I'm going to be talking about how labor unions have endorsed Tim Ryan. So labor unions, site is The Hill, April. So labor unions are essentially made up of a bunch of workers where they're basically stand for things like factories, infrastructure, economy, and working rights. So why are these labor unions important? It's because they're made up of what we call America's middle class workers, and America's middle class workers are probably make up more than 50% of the population. They're also majority of Ohio's population. So having the support of the workers is probably the first step to win Ohio in any kind of race. So The fact that Tim Ryan has the support of these labor unions, which consist of these workers, is really important because it really shows the labor unions' belief in that Tim Ryan is a good senator. And they also mean that this also means that they believe in what he stands for and also his beliefs for the economy, infrastructure, and working rights. So just overall, if you have the support of labor unions, you're more likely to get that win. Okay, so to wrap things up, how much time do I have? So to wrap things up, let's go over the question: does Tim Ryan have a good chance at the Senate becoming the senator of Ohio next year? I think he does, as for the above reasons. We discussed first how he has the full support of the Democratic Party, which is by far the first step he needs to becoming a senator. Second, he is a well-known person. People will be more likely to listen to his beliefs on any day. And three, and lastly, on my third point, um, the most important point by far is that labor unions have their support in him, which is what makes the majority of Ohio's population is also probably the most important thing in their economy. So having the labor union support will probably give him the boost he needs to win the Senate race.